And let's go to David, who's on the line in Syracuse, Utah. David, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Yeah, I'm calling in behalf of my wife. We're in a situation we're trying to figure out what the best move for her career is.
Okay. Tell me about it.
So she's a nurse, and she currently hates her job. When she signed her contract a year ago, she signed a 2-year contract. And instead of a signing bonus, they gave her a bunch of training up front. They valued at $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
So she's halfway through the contract, and her dream job opportunity working as a labor and delivery nurse has come up, where we're trying to figure out if it's the right move to pay $5,000 to buy out her contract. And the challenge is that we're doing Dave Ramsey's baby steps, and we're currently paying off debt. So I don't have $5,000 to pay off the contract.
Okay. Well, let's look at that. What step are you on in Dave's baby steps?
Step 2.
Okay. So how much debt do you have to pay off?
About $90,000.
Oh my gosh. Okay. What's your combined income?
$128,000.
Okay. And I'm guessing you guys are living pretty tight. Is that right? You got a pretty tight budget and putting everything you can towards debt?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Let me ask this. If she were to break it, is the $5K due in one whole lump sum?
I'm not entirely sure on that.
I'd
I do
find
know
out.
they would withhold her last paycheck.
Yeah. Okay. And
then I don't know how the rest of it would work.
Is this labor and delivery opportunity, is this a slam dunk?
So she says.
Well, you need to make sure that you know. But let's assume it's a slam dunk, that they're ready to offer her, and she steps into that. Would her salary remain the same, go up, go down? What would that reality be?
It would go up by a couple dollars, $2 or $3 an hour.
But the reality is she would be very happy.
Yeah.
Okay, here's where my mindset is.
Okay.
I know you're paying off debt, and I know you don't have the $5K. That's what you say, but you do. You would just have to press pause on some things, correct?
Yeah.
Are you starting to work this out in your mind?
Yep.
Okay. I am leaning, and I'm still thinking here. Here's where this goes. David, your wife is not happy. You guys need her working to pay this $90,000 off. You guys have to do this together.
Yep.
And if she's happy and fulfilled in her dream role, those were your words.
Yep.
Bro, I mean, that's huge for staying the course here, because the $90,000's a big mountain, but you guys at making 128, you can actually do it. And I would like to have her happy and fulfilled every day, as opposed to slugging it out. And I think between you pressing pause on some stuff, just press pause, get the $5K saved up. And that's one option. And then the other option is you press pause for a shorter term and find something to sell. Or can you, I'm just thinking of anything to come up with $5K right now. Do you have something that you can sell? I had a call like this early on in the show where I was talking to a gal. She wanted to start her business, that blog, and she said, we have no money. And I said, well, let me just challenge that. Is there something you guys could sell? And she emailed me back, I think it was 2 months later, and her husband sold one of his prized guns and came up with the $2,000 to do the website changes that she was wanting to fund. Now, that's a sacrifice. That's a great dude who did that. But he realized, you know what, I can always get another gun. In that situation. My question is, can you do a combination of pressing pause and selling some stuff to come up with $5,000? And then
I'd have to look.
I know, but isn't it worth looking? Isn't it worth just considering? Isn't it worth I'll tell you what I would do if this were Stacy. I'd be looking for a way to make $5,000 myself, personally. I'd be going, what else can I do to make $5,000?
All right.
And you know what I do? I tell my wife, hang in there until I get to $5,000. Then it's sayonara, baby. you know?
Yeah.
And so let me give you one other option. It would be interesting if she could somehow plead the case, or would they just get suspicious and then can her? We don't want that, right? If they were just to say,
I don't know.
yeah. Yeah, I don't want you to do that. There's no need to bring up anything. I think those are your options. Press pause on some of the debt. Dave does that at time to time when something happens, when a baby comes. And I think you guys have to figure out how to get yourself out of this situation.
All
and here's what, you know what? I'm coming back to my advice. Get the $5,000, and before you decide to break it and pay it, have her go in and plead her case to get out of it and see if she can fall on their mercy, and they go, all right, we'll let you out of it. Then you got the extra $5,000. But if they go, no way, that's not happening, you got the $5,000.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what I would do.
Yeah.
You got this.
Right, cool.
Hey, David, you can go find $5,000. The question is, but here's the deal. Your wife's got to say, I'm willing to be miserable for a few more months or 6 months until we get the $5,000. Just so you don't go backwards. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, my man. Hey, this is doable. And tell your wife that this is great news. Any amount of short-term suffering and sacrifice you guys are going to go through in the next whatever amount of time that is, it's absolutely worth it for her to step into that labor and delivery role.